everyone, this is Robyn Cardin and welcome to mypinkstamper.com. Today I have a super fun tutorial for you today. I'm going to be spotlighting the brand new Nature's Harvest stamp set that can be found in our brand new holiday catalog, our 2021 holiday catalog. It is almost that time of year. Is that so crazy? We're working on some holiday cards soon. And I'm also using and spotlighting our seasonal labels dies, which are going to be a great addition to this card. Now you can stamp along with me today. If you have similar items in your craft room and you want to get your hands inky and have fun, pull out your items that coordinate with each other and let's make a card together. So I have it today set up where I'm going to cut most of the paper so you can kind of see my process from the beginning to the end. Now we're going to do some heat embossing on this card, which is my favorite technique to do. I love heat embossing. We're also going to be using some of our Stampin blends to color up the image. And then we're using the dies. So you're going to get a little bit of everything. You're even going to get some dry embossing. So this is a nice technique video for you as well. Let's go ahead and start with our thick basic white cardstock. And I'm going to stamp this image here from the Nature's Harvest stamp set. I'm going to stamp it right here on the center of this, our thick basic white. Okay, we'll go ahead and ink that up with our Tuxedo Black Memento ink pad. And I'm going to put that in the middle. This is just a quarter sheet scrap of scrap paper. And now we're going to do a little bit of coloring. And I'm not going to speed up this process just because I know some of you like to actually see it. And if you're not familiar with our alcohol inks, these are our Stampin blends. And they're great for blending, or you can just use them for coloring. So I'm going to start with our dark Daffodil blend. And I'm just going to throw some color just on here. The great part about coloring, in my world at least, is I don't have to stay in the lines. I can do whatever I want. There's really not a right or wrong way to do it, which is wonderful for me. Now I'm going to take the light Daffodil Delight, and all of our blends come in a combo pack. So you get the light and the dark together, which is nice. You're all ready to start your blending and your coloring. Okay, and I'll just add the light on there, and I'm kind of just blending it in. If you want to just add the lighter color, you don't have to blend it. It can be a little bit more stark of a contrast. But if you want it to kind of flow together, you just keep going over where the colors connect, where they meet up. And this, I'm just adding my color on there. Okay, so we're done with the top. Now I'm actually just using the soft suede light. I'm not going to be using the dark. It was a little too dark for what I needed it for. And the way this stamps, it already makes it look like it's blended. And I'm going to use this down here. Okay, now I'm changing things up. My last few projects have been pink, and you know I love to use pink. It's my favorite color. Okay, now I'm using the dark. Let me pull this open, the bullet tip of the dark Old Olive, and I'm going to just do the leaves and the stems with the dark. And I might not even be in the lines. I'm not wearing my glasses today. A little secret. I don't wear them when I craft, which I probably should, but to me, all my cards look amazing. It's probably because I'm not wearing my glasses, but that's okay. Okay, now I'm just going to kind of go over on where the veins are of the leaves with the dark. And notice how I'm just throwing color on there. Don't overthink it. When you're paper crafting, just have fun. Don't overthink your coloring. It's super easy. All right, now we're going to use the light Old Olive, and I'm going to pull this in. Now, I am not going to blend it much. I like this look right here where it's just, you can see that there's a light and a dark. If you don't want to see that, just kind of keep blending them like I said a second ago. If you don't own these yet, use whatever you have in your collection. I went way out of the line there. I did see that, but you know what? No one's going to notice. Or actually, I'm going to cover that part up with our sentiment. It'll be perfect. Okay, so let's put the blends aside for a second. Now I'm going to pull a little piece of scrap early espresso. Everything else we're going to cut. But this piece right here is just a piece of my scrap. And we're going to heat emboss this, and I'm using our Versamark to stamp the sentiment on, and I'm using thank you. So actually some of you that are watching today are going to get this card in the mail with your thank you packages. Okay, so we're going to be using a die, so I want to give myself room for the die on here. So I'm stamping it in the Versamark, and I should have had this open first, but I didn't. This is the white embossing powder. It comes in our basics collection, which is so nice. You get black, clear, and white in our basic. Just flick that off like that, okay? And now all we need to do is grab our heat tool, and I'm just going to aim it. This is our heat tool. Just going to aim it on here and watch it melt. It'll be so nice. I'm not going to speed it up. Hopefully it's not blurry. There we go. It's not. Okay, if you keep watching, you'll see that it'll change to more of a brighter white. That's actually the melted powder coming to life. All right, that's all you're going to do with that. Now let's go ahead and pull our, we're going to have to cut our paper first. Okay, so I have this beautiful paper here, and I wanted to use a little bit of this. This is our Bedazzling 6x6 paper, and you can earn it for free when you order from my shopping page August 3rd to September 30th, 2021. We have another celebration. So instead of just our celebration we have in January and February, Stampin' Up! Has added a bonus celebration this year, and you can earn free stamp sets, free dies, and free paper. And so I thought I'd share this with you because it's so amazing and it's gorgeous. We're going to use a little strip of that because I thought it coordinated very well with these neutral colors, and then I was able to still have a little bit of bling on my card. You know I love the bling if you follow me, and if not, you're going to learn quickly that I love all things blingy and beautiful. All right, so this is our Crushed Curry Cardstock. I'm going to use this is our paper trimmer right here. It has a little arm, so if you need to cut anything larger, you can just pull the arm out. I usually just keep it shut, and I'm going to cut this 5.5. Here's a little tip if you own our paper trimmer. The 5.5 mark is up here at the top. Oops. I'm going to have to edit that now. The 5.5 mark is up here at the top, but also this line on the arm, if you put your paper right up to the line, that's 5.5. And if you go all the way to the edge, that's 6. Just a little tip. This is how I cut. I cut from on the bottom side mostly. All right, so we just need that 5.5. And now we're going to use a piece of soft suede cardstock. This piece I'm cutting at 5 1/4, so I'm lining it up at the top for that one. I don't know a trick for that one. And then down at the bottom, I'm cutting it at 4 inches. Okay, set that aside. Now we're going to take this Bedazzling paper, and what we're going to do is cut this at 1/2 inch. It's so pretty. Yes, I know. You're like, we know that. You've already told us, but it really is super pretty in person. Okay, now I'm going to cut this at 4 inches. We're just going to use that for just a little, and save your little strips because you could do lots of fun things with that. Don't worry. You'll think of something. Okay, so that's all of that. And now we can go ahead, and I'm going to use my Stampin' Cut and Emboss. If you have another machine, pull it out so we can do our embossing and cutting. We're going to be using our brand new Timber embossing folder, if I can find it. Here it is. It's back here. And it's a nice texture, and it's our 3D, so it's a little bit more detailed. And we're using this piece of soft suede that we just cut. And I'm going to line that up in here. And if you don't have a cutting machine yet, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss comes with all of the plates you need. And you can purchase it on my shopping page. And it's a really great price. So let's go ahead and run that through. And I'll show you. It's got this fun texture. It's timber, so it's really gorgeous. Okay, so I'll set that aside. And now I'm going to put my cutting plates back on and my cutting sandwich shims. Okay, now we're going to take this piece here, and we're going to pull out these seasonal labels, which are new. They don't really, they don't come, this is not a bundle with this stamp set. I'm using 2 separate items, which is nice just to kind of show you how you can kind of mix and match. Anytime in your craft space, You don't have to just pull things from the same family or the same bundle, mix them up. And I love all of these shapes. One of my favorite die sets from our catalog, our annual catalog, is our Tasteful labels. And this one seems like it's in the same family. There's a lot of different shapes with it. Okay, so we did that. I just wanted to have that shape. Now I'm going to take the embossed piece right here, and I'm going to grab one of the other shapes on here that fits perfectly on here. It's this one, right? This one. You can see it. I'll pull it up in just a second. Okay, we're going to put that on there. It might cut a little bit of the Y off, but that's okay. It's still going to look great. Roll that through. Okay. I am so excited for fall to come around, so I think that's why I wanted to work with fall colors today. I'm like, is it fall yet? Fall is my favorite season of the year, and it's my favorite time to be indoors and crafting and make all of these wonderful creations. Okay, so we're going to take this embossed paper here, and I'm going to take this strip. Let me grab I'm going to use my Seal Plus adhesive, and I'm just going to put some adhesive on the back of this. I'm going to put this right in here, just right in the middle. So just line it up from side to side like this. And I told you I made a set of these, so I will share the picture with you. If you watch to the very end, you can see just some fun pictures of more of these cards. Okay, we're going to fold this in half. Okay, now I'm just going to add the adhesive onto the back. I like to do all four sides, and I'm using the Seal Plus, which is super strong. Sometimes it wants to pull the fibers up from your cardstock because it's so strong, so just a light touch will work. All right, let's add this right here on here. Make sure you really get it down on all four sides because it's a nice detailed embossing folder. It wants to pop up a lot. Now I'm going to turn this over and this over, and I'm going to grab our Stampin' foam adhesive strips. Well, they're called foam adhesive strips. They're not called Stampin'. I added that myself. And they're just nice strips of raised adhesive foam. So you can put them on the back of big items, and then I'll just use what's left over and put it right there. Okay, now I will take the backing off of this one and this one, and I'm just going to put this right in the center. And now we're going to add this one right here. I can get the backing off. It's really easy normally. Okay, and then I'm going to cover my mistake. It's not a big mistake, but it's fine. And we have our nice card with fall colors with one of our new stamp sets. This is available on my shopping page on August 3rd. If you're not a subscriber yet, don't forget to click the subscribe button, and I love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.